opening the way you finished?
Okay.
Are you opening the way you finished?
Not exactly sure how I finished. Yes.
Well,
It was a shootout.
No. I'm gonna start with Vinny again in the middle of Doobie and Gabby and see what goes from there. I want to give him another chance at it.
And then the other line's the same as they started last night with Woolley on the left of
Boyle,
Callahan.
with Aves and Pruster. Artie will be with Stepp and Kelly. And Woolley, Zook, and Eric to start the game.
You mentioned last night that it was good for Henrik to make a big save at the end and getting his confidence going. Is that part of what you're thinking is starting in the back again
Yeah,
tonight?
he made a couple of really big saves. I mean, we let a guy go, Richardson.
Yeah.
He makes a
About
great
7
save
minutes,
there. Yeah, he makes a great save there. I think he's battling. He's battling. As the whole team, Henrik is the same way. I don't think we're all dead on our game, but I don't think you're always going to be. But I like the fight, and I thought it was just a good thing where another fluky one goes in on him. Not his fault. It was just one of those goals, and a number of those have been on him. And he comes back and wins us the game, stopping Kopitar there in the shootout. It's just good for his psyche.
John, that description you used yesterday about your team, does balls develop? Is that something that you instill? Is that something that is just kismet, that this is a group of guys?
I think the room develops. I think through the play and through the ups and downs you go, through the momentum swings you go all throughout the year, I think the group of players develop that. And I have felt from camp on the right type of, I just think we're a closer team. In the short time I've been with the organization, I think we're a closer team than the other ones. And I think when you go through the ups and downs, you go through the winning and you go through some of the injuries, I think that develops in the room. If you want to get where you want to be, and I'm not saying we still got a ways to go to win a Stanley Cup, that room has to sustain itself. And that's, I think that's coming along. And I just think they feel good about themselves, and they have a little jam about themselves in situations.
You know, at the end of last season, you started talking about how the room and the atmosphere in the room had changed. Is this going to carry over to the end of last season?
Well, I don't know, because we have some different people. I just look at this. I think our younger players are maturing. I mean, the core of our team is our youth, and I think they're maturing, and it gets contagious. I think they pull for Brian Boyle, as we've talked about him a lot this year, and where he's grown as a player. They're pulling for Artie. We make a deal for Pruster. He's an easy guy to really become involved in that. So that's an important thing that's going on with our organization. So I wouldn't say it's just at the end of last year.
Right, well, the Pruster came at the end.
Yeah. It was a great deal for us. And he's added a little bit of that grit and that stuff that you have as a team that you do. You play with some balls. And, I'm not saying we're going to win them all. I'm not saying we're a great team. But I think we have the right mindset in our locker room. I think that's developing.
Because the room is kind of tight, you guys all seem to mesh well together. Do you notice any tightness as you get towards the trade deadline with guys wondering what might happen over the next 10 days?
No, I don't know. That's a hard one for me to answer because we don't discuss it. That's something you might want to talk to those guys about. But these guys, I think, are just, they know the bump that we're having, and we just need to try to get back. And again, I don't think, as I said, I don't think we were playing awful when we were losing those games, but we didn't find a way to win those games. I think last night was a game that was important for us, that we found a way to win. We blow the lead a couple of times. We did some stupid things as far as penalties and certain situations within the game, but we still found a way to win it, and I thought that was important for us.
Was that, without asking you what you said, was that addressed with Doobie between last night and tonight?
Whatever I address in those type of situations, I'll just keep to myself.
How do you think Gilbert played?
Okay. Okay.
Not one of his better games.
No. But he made some good plays. Again, I don't want to get into evaluating right to the bitter end, but he made some good plays. Again, it's a constant reminder as just far as defending hard. And, I think he was in good position defending, but I think he let a few guys off the hook. Not as far as the physical play, but allowing plays to come out front. He's got to defend hard, and we showed some tape today. And but again, listen, that guy there, he's handled himself very well in the ups and downs and all the stuff that's going on with him. So he'll answer.
Do you tell your guys anything about facing a team that's on this kind of astounding ride? You know, do you prepare them any differently or give them any different kind of message that they're facing something here that's kind of becoming a phenomenon, or you just leave it alone?
No, we're just concentrating on ourselves. That's what this morning's meeting was about. I mean, they're aware. I mean, they know what's going on here, but we are concentrating on ourselves and trying to correct some of the things we needed to correct from last night's game, and knowing that you got to really. We did talk. This is a confident group that we're playing against here, and we have got to be ready to start this game. And, but Larry, anything particular as far as from team to team. It's just about us.
There have been some trades around the league today as it starts to heat up with, a week and a half left before the deadline. A lot of them involving defensemen. You've talked before about that being a potential spot that this team would like to fill. Is it still, and is there a top priority for you?
That's a question you need to ask Glenn. I'm too busy coaching these guys. How about that answer?
Perfect. Good?
Is there
JR's getting nervous.
we talked to Feds yesterday. Is there anything new in terms of the timetable when you might start getting back with the guys on a regular basis?
Rama, he's been working out. He's skated a little bit on his own without equipment. Rama hasn't given me a timetable on that. Anxious to get him back in. We miss him. That goes a little unnoticed how hard a player he was and how many situations that he helps us in. We miss him. He's another one. As we had a whole group come in, we're anxious to get him in and get the rust off him also as he starts playing, because he's been a pretty important player for us.